Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, Counter Spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into our time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
The Mutual Broadcasting System, Murder by Experts, hosted by John Dickson Carr, as it was originally broadcast on July 23rd, 1949. That is some 73 years ago today, the story of the Creeper. We thank you for tuning in on this Saturday, 23rd of July, 204th day of the year, 161 days remaining until we get to 2023. William Austin Burt patented the first typewriter in the U.S. on this date in 1829. Ford Motor Company sold its first car in 1903. The first ice cream sold on this date in 1904 at the Louisiana Purchase Exposition in St. Louis. Fox Film bought the patent of the movie-tone sound system for recording sound onto film in 1926. In 1962, on this date, Telstar relayed the first live transatlantic television signal, part of which was a press conference by President Kennedy.
I understand that part of today's press conference is being relayed by the Telstar communications satellite to viewers across the Atlantic, and this is another indication of the extraordinary world in which we live. This satellite must be high enough to carry messages from both sides of the world, which is, of course, a very essential requirement for peace, and I think this understanding, which will inevitably come from the speedier communications, is bound to increase the well-being and security of all people here and those across the oceans. So we're glad to participate in this operation developed by private industry, launched by government in admirable cooperation.
Now, due to its non-geosynchronous orbit, Telstar's availability for transatlantic signals limited to 20 minutes in each 2.5-hour orbit when the satellite passed over the Atlantic Ocean. Of course, today we have geosynchronous satellites in orbit, and that's many of you is how you're hearing this program, via satellite. The amazing technology still works today as long as we don't have too much space debris up there. And that's getting to be a growing problem. In Detroit, on this date in 1967, one of the worst riots in history began on 12th Street in the predominantly African-American inner city.
On July 23rd, 1967, Detroit was hit by a riot. We said it couldn't happen, but it did. The nation was shocked.
At 10:56 this morning, I received a wire from Governor Romney officially requesting that federal troops be dispatched to Michigan. I'm sure that the American people will realize that I take this action with the greatest regret.
President Johnson in audio from the trailer of an unproduced film, Disturbance on 12th Street. You can find it on Facebook at Detroit Riot Film. In Cleveland on this date in 1968, a violent shootout between a black militant organization led by Ahmed Evans and the Cleveland Police Department occurred. During the shootout, a riot began that occurred for 5 days.
You can trace these so-called riots back every time to unmet social needs, to the untended increasing blight and decay of the core area, to the problem of joblessness and homelessness, of the not just being poor, but the kind of way of being poor that today it is not like it was once years ago, so that they were surrounded by their own poverty and had no standards with which to compare. But today to be poor is like to be in a cage in which you're in prison, but you can look out and you can see the freedom and the realization of the kinds of things that being an American has come to mean.
Cleveland Mayor Carl Stokes, speaking prior to his election a year earlier, practically predicting the riots. Actor Vic Morrow, 2 child actors killed on the set of the movie Twilight Zone, the movie, when a helicopter spun out of control. Vanessa Williams became the first Miss America to resign her crown after nude photos of her appeared in Penthouse magazine. This was in 1984.
I wish I could retain my title as Miss America. However, the potential harm to the pageant and the deep division that a bitter fight may cause has convinced me that I must relinquish my title as Miss America.
Not only was that something that's never happened within the pageant organization, it was this huge dichotomy, and it couldn't be any more polar opposite of two images. You've got Miss America, who is angelic, and you've got naked pictures, which is salacious.
Audio courtesy of the Oprah Winfrey Network. Comet Hale-Bopp, discovered on this date in 1995, it was visibly seen with the naked eye nearly a year later. Passing away on this date in history, the 18th President of the United States, Ulysses S. Grant, Mexican revolutionary Pancho Villa, aviation pioneer Glenn Curtis, film director D.W. Griffith, actor Montgomery Clift, actor Van Heflin, pilot Eddie Rickenbacker, actor Vic Morrow, journalist Daniel Shore, also singer-songwriter Amy Winehouse, and Sally Ride, the astronaut and physicist. This is the birth date of character actor Arthur Treacher, best known to many people for his appearances on the Merv Griffin Show, but he was in a number of radio shows that we've aired. I believe the predominant one we've heard him on was the Jimmy Durante Show. Also, baseball player Pee Wee Reese, born on this date. Larry Bud Melman on The Letterman Show. Calvert DeForest. Game show host, performer, actor Bert Convy. Baseball player Don Drysdale. Talk host Don Imus. And the man behind Polk Salad Annie, and he wrote Rainy Night in Georgia, Tony Joe White. From Deliverance in Apple's Way, Ronnie Cox is 84 today. With the 1973 hit Rock On, David Essex is 75. From Ferris Bueller's Day Off, he's a righteous dude. Edie McClurg, 77. Actor Woody Harrelson is 61. From Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel, Charisma Carpenter, 52. Bluegrass singer, fiddler Alison Krauss, 51. Actor Marlon Wayans, 50. Destiny's Child's Michelle Williams is 42. From The Vampire Diaries, Paul Wesley is 40. From How I Met Your Mother and Heartbeat, Celeste Thorson is 38. Harry Potter himself, Daniel Radcliffe, 33. And from Desperate Housewives, Rachel G. Fox is 26. Those some of the people who celebrate the 23rd day of July as their birthday. And if this is your birthday...
Hi, we're the Four Freshmen, and we just want to say, Happy birthday to you.
From 73 years ago, July 23rd, 1949, Murder by Experts and The Creeper on this Saturday Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite radio station. John Dunning, in the Encyclopedia of Old-Time Radio, writes about Murder by Experts. Murder by Experts offered tales by the leading writers of mystery fiction, chosen by masters of the genre, highly charged plots of crime and passion that turned on emotion rather than gimmicks. The available episodes are straightforward and honest, revealing a better series than most of its counterparts. Let's listen to it then. John Dickson Carr, the narrator of Murder by Experts, July 23rd, 1949, 73 years ago today.
Now for a transcribed drama of Murder by Experts.
Murder by Experts. The Mutual Broadcasting System presents Murder by Experts with your host and narrator, Mr. John Dickson Carr, world-famous mystery novelist and author of the recently published bestseller, The Life of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle.
This is John Dickson Carr. Each week at this time, Murder by Experts brings you a story of crime and mystery which has been chosen for your approval by one of the world's leading detective writers. Those experts who are themselves masters of the art of murder and can hold tensity at its highest. This time, our guest expert is the noted mystery novelist Lawrence Blockman. From his vast knowledge of the mystery field, Mr. Blockman has chosen a radio classic written by Joseph Ruskell. And now we present Miss Marilyn Erskine in The Creeper. It is the hour before dawn, that moment when the huge, sprawling metropolis lies deep in slumber. The streets are empty, save for the milkman making his rounds from one darkened apartment house to another. But look now, there on the third floor, an apartment is brightly lighted. The occupant is an attractive redhead in her early 20s. She sits curled on a couch, speaking on the telephone as the radio plays soft play.
So like I'm telling you, Gladys, I'm waiting on my table, paying no attention to this guy. I can see, of course, that he's giving me the eye, but good.
What did he look like?
Oh, he was the Gary Cooper type. Tall, lanky, and sunburned, bashful, too. Anyway, he's sitting at one of my tables, trying to get up nerve enough to start a conversation. I'm polite, but nothing else. Well, it's 2 a.m., and we're getting ready to close the place when he finally speaks his piece.
What did he say, Virginia? What did he say?
Oh, that he was from out of town, and this was his first visit to New York, and... Oh...
And what? And what, Ginny?
Gladys, I think somebody's trying to get into my apartment.
What?
Yeah, the doorknob is turning.
Oh, it's probably some drunk got the wrong apartment.
Oh, he's putting a key in the lock right now.
So what? You've got your night lock on, haven't you?
No, it's broken. Gladys, I'm scared.
There's nothing to worry about. He'll go away when he finds his key won't unlock the door.
Gladys, the door is opening. What do you want? You got the wrong apartment.
Ginny, what is it? Answer me.
Get out of here. Get out of here, I'll scream.
Ginny.
No. No, stay away from me. Stay away from me.
Ginny. Ginny, what's wrong? Speak to me. Ginny.
New York. The unknown killer, called the Creeper, has struck again, adding a third female victim to his toll. Virginia Peters, a comely waitress, was found strangled to death in her third-floor apartment early this morning while her radio blared. As in the previous murders, a note was found scrawled on the wall with the victim's lipstick and the plea, "For heaven's sake, catch me before I kill more. I cannot control myself." Police insist that...
Oh, how awful, how awful. And in this very neighborhood.
Why'd you turn it off?
Because I can't stand to hear about it. How can you go on eating without batting an eye?
No, let's hear the rest. Interest me.
Oh, you. Don't go turning on that radio again, Steve Grant. I've heard enough. I'll go out of my mind, for heaven's sake.
That's it. That's a good, solid clue.
What is?
For heaven's sake. How many men use that expression?
Oh, shut up.
Okay, Mrs. Grant. Pass the biscuits, my little pigeon.
Pass the biscuits. Eat, eat, eat. 3 women in 3 days murdered in cold blood by a fiend right here in the Heights. I'm too sick to go out. Too scared to stay in. The lock's broken, and he sits there eating. Pass the biscuits, he says.
Well, there's nothing wrong with my appetite, my love.
Of course. That's what cost you your job on the police force. You were in a restaurant eating when you should have been answering a call.
Well, some men drink to escape. I eat.
Escape what? What?
An ugly tongue, a beautiful face, and a roving eye. In short, a wife.
Oh, so you're starting that again. You and your crazy jealousy.
Maybe the creeper's way of escaping life isn't drinking or eating, but strangulation. Who knows?
Shut up. Go ahead and get a divorce. Go ahead. Can I help it if men look at me? I don't know why you come home at all. Where do you go? What do you do with yourself? Where were you this morning? Why did you come back?
To eat. But someday I'll lose my appetite for that, too. And when I do, honey, there'll be no escape. Now, I'm off again. Kiss. Still using stage lipstick, huh? Wipe it off. How many times must I tell you? You're married now, remember?
Steve, wait.
Yeah?
At least go buy me my medicine.
Sorry, no time.
Don't leave me alone. Stay home today, please. I'm afraid.
Oh, don't be silly, pet. Nothing will happen to you. You've a doorman, an elevator boy, Mrs. Stone across the hall, a phone. Oh, you're safe.
But the night lock, it doesn't work.
Well, now you can't lock me out anymore.
It doesn't catch. Something's happened to it since last night. Steve.
Get a new one.
I can't get a locksmith. They're all so busy. I've tried all morning. Steve, please. If I want to phone you, where will you be?
Out. Goodbye, love. Take care of your cold.
Steve Grant.
Why, if it isn't old Pearly Chase.
Yeah, here you got thrown off the force, Steve.
Yeah. Here you got thrown off the news, Pearly.
Ah, you heard wrong. I wasn't fired. I was just warned.
I wasn't fired either, just suspended. For 3 days. My trouble is I eat too much.
I drink too much. I hear you're living up at the Heights, Steve.
Yeah.
That's funny, me too. Here you're married now to a gal that's a knockout. Has all the boys whistling.
Yeah, you can say that again. Used to be on the stage, you know.
Yeah, I think I knew her. Wasn't a stage name Vicky Duval?
That's her. I love that wench, but... women. How does a guy handle them? Maybe the creeper has the right method.
Thank you for taking the words out of my mouth. Who is the creeper, Steve? You got any angles?
You tell me, and I'll split the reward with you.
One thing, though, and I don't think even the police force have put it together yet.
Yeah?
In all 3 cases, just before the creeper struck, the door locks had already been tampered with.
You don't say.
You got a theory?
Well, sure. I mean, take that note on the wall written with lipstick. For heaven's sake, in every case, for heaven's sake, catch me before I kill more.
I cannot control myself.
Right. Now, what man uses an expression like that? The long and short of it is this. The creeper is a woman.
A ruse. Just like the height of the message from the floor is a ruse. 6 feet. And yet I'll lay odds the creeper's no more than a guy your height, say. Or mine. 5'9".
Yeah? Well, go on. Let's have the rest, Sherlock.
Okay. That business of the 3 locks that were tampered with. They were tampered with from the inside.
I don't get it.
The creeper must have gotten into each of the apartments when no one was home and broken the night locks. That made it an easy setup when he came back later to knock off his victim.
Well, how could he have gotten in to begin with? Those were solid locks.
A pick lock would open them.
You mean the creeper's a burglar?
Maybe. Or else.
Oh, nuts, you and your theory.
Yeah? How do I know where the creeper's going to strike next?
You do?
Certainly. The creeper's not smart. He's just crazy. You play along crazy. Think the way he does. And you're one jump ahead of him. That's the trouble with the police, no imagination. How can you expect logical clues from a madman? Play along crazy, Steve. Make out you're the creeper. What's your compulsion?
Go ahead, let's see.
All right. First, the victims are all redheads, every one. You noticed that, of course. 3 redheads in 3 days.
Well, come to think of it, now that you mention
Yeah, they all lived in the Heights, right? Frida Corpus, Claire Nixon, and Virginia Peters.
Right.
What was the number of the apartment in each case, huh? Frida lived in 1A. Claire, 2B. Virginia, 3C. Don't ask me the why or wherefore. Don't ask me the logic. Just play along crazy. You see what I mean. You'll see where he's going to strike next.
I don't get what you mean.
The next victim of the creeper lives in the Heights. She's a redhead. Her night lock's been tampered with. She's gonna get hers today, and her apartment number's 4D. Well, why are you staring at me? You don't like my arithmetic? Why? Why are you staring?
My wife's a redhead, Pearly. We live on the Heights. Our apartment number's... Ah, you're just a boozy reporter.
Your apartment number?
4D, I told you.
4D, of course. I'll have it delivered. Apartment 4D. I should have guessed it anyway.
Why?
A face is a number. Believe me, since you've moved into the neighborhood, Mrs. Grant, for me it has a special number. Like double, dandy, delicious dream. 4Ds, you see?
Go on. Bet you tell that to every customer.
So who do you think the creeper is? Murder by Experts, July 23rd, 1949 on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. The news from 73 years ago today is next.
You ever make a change and then think, why didn't I do this years ago? Well, that's how people feel about switching to MediShare for their health care, especially now with inflation the way it is. People are very happy with the savings. Most families save about $500 a month when they switch. It's a huge help when prices are going up so fast in so many other areas. And MediShare's customer satisfaction rate is double that of health insurance. It's just a different experience, and people really like that. MediShare is an alternative to health insurance. It's a community of Christians who share each other's healthcare bills, and it's been going strong for over 25 years. It really is the gold standard, the most trusted name in healthcare sharing. Find out why people love it, find out why they rave about the customer service, and find out how good it feels to save some money right now. They're super easy to talk to. Here's the number, 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE, 833-34-BIBLE.
On Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on this Saturday, we're listening to an episode of Murder by Experts, The Creeper, as it was originally broadcast Saturday afternoon, July 23rd, 1949 on Mutual. In the newspapers of that Saturday 73 years ago, these were some of the headlines. Striking London dockers voted yesterday to call off the wildcat strike that has paralyzed shipping in Britain's capital for 25 days. They agreed to resume work on Monday. Continuation of the 5220 program of unemployment benefits for veterans for another year was approved yesterday by the Senate Labor Committee. President Truman has asked for legislation to keep the veterans protected. The law authorizing the payments expires next Monday. About 600,000 veterans are now receiving up to $20 a week, not to exceed 52 weeks when unemployed. Both the Senate and House have to approve the new program to make it effective. Debate on a proposal to earmark $1.5 billion of Economic Cooperation Administration funds for purchase of American surplus farm products opens in the Senate. The amendment would require ECA to follow its budget of purchases make up months ago insofar as farm products are concerned. Chairman Hoey, the Democrat of North Carolina, the Senate Expenditures Committee, confirmed reports of the existence of a 1,000-page diary that may contain leads in the committee's investigation of Washington's 5%ers. Hoey said the diary belonged to James V. Hunt, management counselor. The Washington Evening Star reporting the thick book contains many details of Hunt's activities. A Massachusetts businessman has said Hunt asked $1,000 for helping him get government contracts, and that Hunt claimed to have influence with Washington officials. The Chicago Herald-American said yesterday James C. Petrillo, the president of the American Federation of Musicians, has threatened to pull out union members from major hotels in 54 cities in a new battle over sound systems. Petrillo, in a telephone interview from New York, told the paper that the campaign against canned music will begin in Chicago. He added it will involve famed brands. Petrillo explained many musicians are idle because the Muzak System franchise holder used non-union help to put records on turntables. Unions saying we have no quarrel with the hotels, but if management insists upon using the Muzak systems, we'll pull out our live musicians. Well, it looks like times are getting tougher. Not only are men out of work, requirements for jobs are becoming more strict. A St. Louis chemical company looking for a salesman said the man they hire must be an expert driver, talker, liar, hunter, dancer, traveler, bridge player, poker player, golf player, diplomat, financier, capitalist, philanthropist, authority on palmistry, chemistry, psychology, dogs, cats, horses, blondes, brunettes, and redheads, and be a man of vision and ambition, an after-dinner speaker and night owl, a person who could work all day, stay up all night, and appear fresh the next day. Anyway, George M. McCluskey, manpower chief of the U.S. military government in Berlin, said the specifications fit him to a T. The only thing that has him worried is the dancing requirement, saying, "I'm not too good at the samba." And those some of the day's top news stories as reported in the newspapers of Saturday, July 23rd, 1949, on your radio, Murder by Experts, the conclusion you'll hear next on this Saturday Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
Hi, this is Kyle Horvath with the White Pine County Tourism and Recreation Board. If you want to get away from the big cities and get back to nature this summer, give us a call at 775-289-3720 or visit us online at elinevada.net. There's so much to do and see I can't mention it in 30 seconds, but check out our website and you'll see what Nevada is really all about. elinevada.net or follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Give us a call at 775-289-3720 or visit us online at elinevada.net.
On Sunday's Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, we'll go back 75 years to July 24th, 1947, as an episode of Mutual's summer series The Crime Club, Serenade Macabre, a circus triangle story, a murdered lion tamer causes the trouble. That's coming up on Sunday's Classic Radio Theater. But now the conclusion of Murder by Experts, The Creeper, from Sunday, July 23rd, 1949.
Female. I'm a ladies' man, like the creep. Oh, what did I say? What's going on in this block? Raw nerves, you can't joke. The creeper, that's all I hear all day. Why, it's mass hysteria. There ain't no such an animal.
You don't think so?
Why, I assure you, Mrs. Grant, it's a fairy tale for circulation of the tabloids. I'll send your prescription up with the boy.
No, I'll just wait here for us.
Well, it'll take some time. You should go right home and stay there if you're just getting over the flu. Now, believe me, I'll deliver it myself. It'll be a pleasure.
No, I'll wait. I may not go right back. I don't want to be there all alone, I'm afraid.
Well, suit yourself, Mrs. Grant.
Why are you staring at me?
I was admiring your lipstick. I've nothing like that in stock.
It's a special lipstick. I used it when I was on the stage.
Well, don't let the creeper go writing a note with your lipstick. Have a seat. For heaven's sake, stop me before I kill more. What? I cannot control myself. Wait. What? That was a note I had reference to. It was a joke, that's all. Wait, Mrs. Grant, your prescription.
Mrs. Grant? Mrs. Grant!
Oh, it's you, Mr. Stone.
What's your hurry, dear?
I just got such a scare. Since all these awful murders in this neighborhood.
Oh, yes. Isn't it terrible? You walking home?
I guess so.
I'll go with you. It's good we live in the same house.
At least if I had a double lock. But the night one doesn't work. I can't get a locksmith. They're all so busy.
Oh, don't you worry. We'll stay together this afternoon till our husbands come home. Think of it. We've never visited, though we live right across the hall from each other. Isn't that just like a big city, for heaven's sake? Or would you rather I dropped in on you?
Well, I don't...
Oh, make it yours, then. Isn't it horrible, the ghastly things they're saying? The theories. One doesn't know what to think next. You believe the latest?
The latest?
That maybe it's a woman, the creeper.
A woman?
Can you beat it? I can't imagine how in the world the police figure that, for heaven's sake. Can you?
I don't know. I was just thinking of something my husband said.
Though I can see where a married woman now, if her husband was two-timing her, say, or perhaps only weak and no will of his own, and if the wife, say, was merely getting at those female homebreakers, well, I can understand that. Because you take my husband now. You've met Mr. Stone, haven't you? Well, Mrs. Grant, why on earth are you staring at me like that, for heaven's sake?
I don't feel well. I must get home at once. I feel pain.
But Mrs. Grant, for
Good afternoon, ma'am. Out shopping?
Oh. Are you doing that?
Just spilling Charlie. He's fixing the fuse box. Help you with your packages?
No, thank you.
Well, I don't mind a bit. You look out of breath.
I can manage. Where's Where's Jimmy, the elevator boy?
He stepped out for a few minutes. I'll take you up, ma'am.
But I...
He mightn't be back for another 5-10 minutes. No point in waiting for him.
No, I suppose not.
Apartment 4D, eh?
Why, yes, how did you know?
Doesn't take long.
Funny that both Charlie and Jimmy should go off, leaving you to run things alone. Particularly seeing you knew.
Oh, I don't mind. The last place I worked, I was the only man.
Where was that?
522 Smedley Avenue.
522 Smedley Avenue.
Yes. Right next door to the apartment house where the creeper strangled Frida Corcus. Suppose you, read about it.
Yes. What's wrong? Why'd you stop?
Why, we seem to be stuck.
Start this elevator. Start this elevator at once.
No need to get excited, Mrs. Grant. Take it easy, you'll live long. Can't figure what went wrong.
You don't fool me, not for a minute. I'll scream if you don't.
Oh, there we are. Oh, Charlie must have cut off the current.
Let me off. Let me off.
Sure, Mrs. Grant. Here you are. Want me to help you with your package?
No, no. I must be going out of my mind. My key. Where's my key? Here it is. Oh, this darn lock. This darn lock. Hello? Is the locksmith in yet? I want to know how soon I can get my lock changed. Yes, of course I left my order. But he promised to fix it at once. No, I can't wait. I'm scared to death.
Hello, Vicky. Don't, you little fool. It's me. You want the whole house to... That's better.
What are you doing here, Pearlie?
I'm playing along crazy.
What are you talking about? How did you get in here?
Alias Pearlie Valentine. Don't worry. You haven't a thing to be upset about now. I've come to protect you. Give me the phone. Hello? Never mind about the lock, thank you. Long time no see, Vicky.
What do you want, Pearlie?
Me? A headline. Your husband wants, too. He wants I should keep an eye on you.
What's that?
Sure. You didn't think Steve and I were acquainted, did you? Oh, yeah, from way back. Just met him at a bar.
I don't believe you. What do you mean, keep an eye on me?
Oh, just in case they're creepy.
Oh.
You heard of the character.
You're mad. You've always been mad, Pearlie Chase. Where is Steve? Why should he send you? Why should he think the creeper will come here? What are you doing here?
Told you. Playing along crazy. You got a drink?
You're drunk now. You're getting right out of here. You're nothing but a no-good rummy.
And you're nothing but a no-good. You finish it. When I took to drink, it was to forget you, and you know it. I'm still a rum pot angel, which means I haven't gotten over you. Yet.
Get out.
You little two-timing redhead. Now you're all the same, you redheads.
Why, you...
Haven't changed, have you? Even a wedding ring can't do that to you. Ah, don't play the innocent. My business is snooping. I make a living at it. Between drinks. So your new motto's love thy neighbor, huh? Mr. Stone across the hall. Poor dumb Steve.
You dirty snoopy.
Sit down, darling. Just play along with me while I play along crazy. Sit down. That's it. Yeah, like we're expecting company. I must be crazy doing this. Why wait here for the creeper? Why not 100 other streets, 1,000 other apartments, 1,000,000 other dames? Because I'm riding my hunch. Yeah, let's have some music. Don't just sit. Let's have some music. Turn on the radio. Let's dance. It's been a long time, baby. A long time. That's it. Now let's dance. Give me your arm. Let's dance. Yeah. Like old times. Around and around, like my brain. Why are you trembling? I still love you, you little fool. Ask me why. I love you, you redhead. I could kill you when you deserve it. With the radio on, you could scream and no one would hear. I could put my hand on your throat like this, and I could strangle you. Why are you crying? Stop it. I'm here to protect you. Stop crying. Cut it out. I say cut it out. I can't stand it. I never could. Okay, you want me to leave? All right, I will. It's your funeral. What am I saving you for, anyway? Where's my hat? In a few minutes, there'll be a knock or a ring or the door will just open. And you'll be lying on the floor like the other three. Your face black, your eyes bulging. Goodbye, my worthless. Give my regards to the creeper.
Oh, that look in his eyes. Like a madman. What if he comes back? He wants to kill me. Wants to kill me. Someone wants to kill me. Oh, I must lie down. My head. My splitting head. Trying to frighten me. Jealous. Spite, that's it. Like the other three. My face black. Like the other three. Like the other three any minute now. There'll be a knock or a ring. Yes?
This is the doorman, Mrs. Grant.
Yes?
The druggist is here with the medicine. Shall I let him up?
My medicine? Why, yes. No. No, don't let that man up.
Want me to bring it up?
No, I'm perfectly all right. I don't need it. You hear? Don't you dare come up. Don't anyone. Hello? I called just a few minutes ago. Please, I must have it changed right away. My door lock, yes. This is Mrs. Grant. Yes, I do want it, of course. Anyone can get in, anyone. You'll come right away? Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, but hurry, please. Hurry or I'll go out of my mind. Oh, thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. Like the other three. Strangled. Any minute now. A knock or a ring. Oh, who's there?
It's me, dear, Mrs. Stone.
What do you want?
Well, I've been worried about you. Are you ill?
No, I'm all right, Mrs. Stone. I'm feeling fine.
Open up, dear. Don't you want me to keep you company?
No, thank you. I was just... Oh, stop it!
Oh, do let me in, silly.
No, go away. I'm going to sleep. Please go away. Do you hear me? Go away. Hello.
Hello, Vicky. Are you all right?
Oh, Steve, I've been frantic. It's so good to hear your voice. Where are you?
At headquarters. I'm coming right home. Sweetheart, is anything wrong? You sound kind of funny.
No, not now. Not when I hear you, Steve. I don't know what came over me. All day I've been imagining things so silly. My nerves...
Forgive me for this morning, darling. I wasn't myself. My job had me down, but now everything's
Of course.
okay.
Forgive me, Steve. I've been bad, wicked. Oh, if you knew what I've gone through today. The most dreadful state. And then that... Steve, did you send someone here today?
Early Chase?
Then you did.
To keep you company. Isn't he still with you?
Why, no, I just got rid of him.
Oh, I wish you hadn't. He's an all right guy, smart reporter. Lives in the neighborhood, too. Honey, it sounds cockeyed. I mean Pearlie's theory, but I was a bit worried when I got to thinking, so... Listen, Vicky, don't let anyone in the house till I get home.
I won't, Steve.
Not anyone, do you hear? Not anyone.
Locksmith.
Oh, wait, Steve.
Locksmith.
Wait, Steve. Oh, thank goodness at last. Now I can breathe easy. Just a minute, dear.
Vicky. Hello. Hello, Vicky.
Mr. Frank?
Yes, Mr. Frank.
Oh, thank goodness you've come. Please step in. It's the lock on this door that Oh, just a moment. My husband's on the phone. Steve?
Hey, what happened? There was something else I wanted to tell you.
It's all right. Everything's all right now, Steve. You needn't worry.
Well, didn't I just hear you talking to someone? Was that someone at the door?
It was no one, Steve. Just Mr. Frank, the locksmith, here to fix the lock. Oh, what a load off.
The locksmith? Vicky, listen. Listen, Vicky, that's what I was going to tell you.
What is it?
The police are on a new trail. They think maybe a locksmith. Vicky, you listening? Maybe the creeper's a locksmith. Get him out, quick.
What nice lipstick you use, Mrs. Grant. It's a lovely shade.
Answer me, Vicky. Are you all right? Vicky! Vicky! Vicky!
Hurry. Catch me before I kill more. For heaven's sake.
Hello, city desk. Yeah, Pearly Chase. Yeah, shut up and listen. On that creeper story I just gave you, add this stuff. The reward for his capture goes to the elevator boy. He heard Vicky Grant scream and called a cop. The creeper was shot running from the building. Yeah, ironical, wasn't it? The locksmith was the killer. The one man Vicky thought would protect her. What an ending to a lovely, lovely redhead.
And so the curtain falls on The Creeper, which was chosen by guest expert Lawrence Blockman, whose latest thriller is Bengal Fire. Next week at this time, Murder by Experts brings you a story in which three persons make a bet with death, with $7 million as the stake. Selected for your approval by the noted mystery writer, Miss Frances Crane. Until then, this is your host, John Dickson Carr, hoping you'll be with us next week at this time.
From July 23, 1949, Murder by Experts on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. You didn't see that coming, did you? Unless you heard the story before. Thank this station, support their advertisers. It's their kindness and courtesy that allow us to be with you each and every Saturday at this time. And if you miss a day, you don't have to miss a show. We do 21 hours of classic radio theater every week. You can hear each and every one on my webpage, classicradio.stream. That is classicradio.stream. You can stream the shows and learn more about classic radio collecting. You can contact me, and if you like the shows, you can buy me a copy if you like. Have a great weekend. Tell all your friends. That is classicradio.stream, by the way. Tell your friends the great radio shows are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite radio station.